Search using chemical formula. Cross Data Search allows you to search data sources using a chemical formula. Go to Find a Substance from the top-level menu and open the tab All Substances. Enter your formula into the text box labeled Descriptive Chemical Formula. Here we are entering CH to search for records containing elements carbon and hydrogen. You can choose to do an exact match using the toggle switch below the input text box. By default, the search retrieves all records containing specified elements. Click on the search button to run your query across available data sources. As search runs, the progress will be shown in a new window which opens after search starts. A green tick indicates a successful response from the data source, whereas a red cross indicates that the data source could not be searched. If there is at least one red cross, the progress window will wait so that you can see which data sources had issues. Otherwise, the progress window closes itself. Results are presented in separate cards. At top right of each card, you can see the name of the data source for that particular result. Inside and top right of each card, you will find a group of buttons for available actions. These actions vary from data source to data source. For this particular data source, Crystallography Open Database, there are 3 available actions. First available action we have here is for 3D visualizations. Click on the button to open up the visualizer. You can observe and rotate the molecule in 3D. Our second available action allows you to download contents of the result as a CIF file into your computer. Third action you can apply for this data source is to load the particular result in provider's own web interface, in this case crystallography.net. Searching the Cambridge Structural Database. Cambridge Structural Database is one of our restricted data sources. It can only be used by British academics. In order to search through Cambridge Structural Database, you will have to use our institutional login first, so that we can validate your identity. After you logged in, you will see your name displayed at the top right. Next to Search button, you can use the Data Source Selection button, which will show the number of currently selected data sources at all times, to select which data sources you would like to search. You can use the respective buttons to select all data source or deselect them all. You can search through data sources using the text box at the top. Enter some keywords to search through their names, descriptions, or data source keywords. Once your selection is complete, close the data source selector. Now let us search the Cambridge Structural Database for all records containing C25H22. Searching for elemental composition using periodic table. While Find a Substance is selected at the top-level menu, go into the tab titled Elemental Composition. In this screen you can specify not only elements, but also how you want to search with them. To select elements which you want to be strictly present in results, select the corresponding drop-down from the top of the periodic table first. The drop-down will be highlighted with a crimson border. If you want, you can always edit selected elements in each drop-down. Now let's say that we want to exclude records which contain certain elements. For example, let us exclude records which contain fluoride. Go back to Elemental Composition tab and this time select Exclude Elements drop-down. Then from the periodic table select fluoride and repeat the search. Notice that records containing fluoride are no longer present in results. Let us go one step further and ask to get results which contain either potassium or nitrogen or both. Go back to Elemental Composition tab and this time select the drop-down with title Can Include Elements. Select nitrogen and potassium from the periodic table. Click on the button to repeat the search. Notice now that all results contain either nitrogen or potassium or both. Now, what if we wanted to only receive those records with a desired number of elements? You can use the elemental composition screen to further refine your search with the number of elements you want. You can either provide an exact value or a range. In our example, we received records which contain exactly 5 elements. Before we move on, remember that Elemental Composition tab can also be used for searching with ratios of elements. Search using chemical identifiers. Cross Data Search allows you to search using chemical identifiers known as SMILES and INCHI. Go to the Molecule tab and paste the identifier into the text box. Mark the type of the identifier. Chemical identifier search is only available with select data sources. Cross Search automatically restrict list of data sources. In this example, we used the chemical identifier for caffeine to get small molecule property prediction results from PSDI's own data source PROPERC. Sketch and search with ChemistryDoodle. Cross Search also integrates with the popular ChemistryDoodle widget. Click on the Draw molecule to load up ChemistryDoodle. Using ChemistryDoodle, instead of having to have a chemical identifier to do molecular search, you can sketch a molecular structure yourself and use the chemical identifier from your sketch for search. As you keep making changes to your sketch, Cross Search will automatically regenerate the corresponding chemical identifier. You can select between SMILES or INCHI identifier types. Notice how the identifier changes as we make changes to our sketch. Once you are ready, make sure you select the identifier type and click on Done button. This will take the generated identifier of the selected type into the identifier text box and set the type automatically. Cross Search supports importing molecular structures into ChemistryDoodle as well. To see this, open up ChemistryDoodle using the Draw Molecule button and then find the Import tab. Either type in the identifier or paste it into the text box labeled Data to import. Select the format and the type of coordinates to add. After clicking on the Import button and a small wait, you should see the molecule drawn in ChemistryDoodle. You can further make changes to the molecule sketch. Select the type of the identifier you want to search with and click on the Done button. Now you can select available data sources and search using the identifier as before. In this case, we are looking at the results of searching with the SMILES identifier for caffeine. Small molecule property prediction. PROPERC is one of PSDI's own data sources which has its roots in our ancestor project PSDS. PROPERC can be used through cross-search molecule search with a chemical identifier in either of the supported formats. Use the expandable element with the label Show Calculated Data to see all of the properties predicted by PROPERC. Searching for publication references. To run a search for publication references, select Find a Publication Reference from the top-level menu. Note that data sources will be automatically restricted to those which support this type of search. You can combine multiple constraints together. In our example, let us restrict to publication references from the year 2018 and onwards. Notice that we do not see results which are from previous years anymore. Chemical Product Availability Search is yet another one of PSDI's own data sources which allows you to search for commercially available chemicals. Chase has its own dedicated interface in addition to being searchable through molecule search with chemical identifiers. You can use product or vendor keywords, CAS number, or chemical identifiers in this screen. In this example, we are looking at products related to aspirin. When results have them, you can use the link to visit the vendor's website. Chase Catalog contains hundreds of thousands of products varying from baking soda to hydrochloric acid.